What you're about to witness will shake the very foundation of WWE as we know it. I'm talking about a massacre, no, a statement that nobody saw coming. And if you think you know what happened on Monday Night Raw, think again. Because what went down between Vision and Bron Breakker wasn't just a match, it was a career-altering demolition that has the entire WWE Universe in absolute chaos right now. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why Triple H might have just made the biggest mistake of his regime, and why Bron Breakker's unstoppable run may have just hit a brick wall named Vision. Let me ask you something, and I want you to really think about this before you unleash your thoughts in the comments below. How does WWE's so-called next big thing, the man who's been destroying legends left and right, the supposed future of this company, get absolutely dismantled by someone the main roster barely acknowledges? I'm dead serious. Bron Breakker has been booked like a monster. He's demolished Ricochet. He's torn through former champions like they were enhancement talent. WWE has been shoving him down our throats as the next Goldberg, the next Brock Lesnar, unstoppable, inevitable, dominant. And then Vision walks out. Yeah, Vision, someone most casual fans probably couldn't pick out of a lineup, and proceeds to make Bron Breakker look like he's never been in a wrestling ring before. How does that even happen? Better yet, why does that happen? If you're sitting there thinking there's no way this actually went down, then you need to watch until the end, because what I'm about to break down is going to blow your mind. And if you're as fired up about this as I am, smash that like button right now and drop a comment telling me if this was a work, a shoot, or just complete creative insanity. Before we dive into the carnage that unfolded on Raw, let's rewind for a second and talk about how we even got here. Bron Breakker has been on an absolute tear. Ever since he made the jump to the main roster, WWE has protected this man like he's made of solid gold. Win after win after win. Squash matches that would make Goldberg jealous. The Intercontinental Championship around his waist. Commentary treating him like he's the second coming of his uncle, the legendary Rick Steiner, and his father, Scott Steiner. Everything was going perfectly for Bron. Too perfectly, some might say. Now let's talk about Vision. This is where things get interesting, folks. Vision isn't some random nobody. This is a performer who's been grinding in NXT, delivering clinic after clinic in the ring, cutting promos that should have gotten him called up months ago. The man has the look, the skills, the charisma, everything WWE claims they're looking for. But for some reason, Vision has been stuck in developmental purgatory while guys with half his talent get rocket strapped to the moon. And you can bet that created some tension behind the scenes. You can bet that lit a fire under someone who knows they're better than their position suggests. The confrontation started innocently enough. Backstage segment, right? Vision is cutting a promo about earning opportunities, about respect, about how the main roster has forgotten what real wrestling looks like. Standard stuff. Then Bron walks by. The disrespect was palpable. The dismissive glance, the shoulder check, the who are you energy radiating off the Intercontinental Champion. That's when Vision snapped, called him out, right there, challenged him to prove he's as good as WWE says he is. And here's where it gets wild. Bron actually accepted. Maybe he underestimated Vision. Maybe his ego got the best of him. Maybe WWE wanted to give Bron another squash to add to his highlight reel. Whatever the reason, they made the match official for that night's Raw. Big mistake. Huge mistake. The bell rings and you can feel the energy shift immediately. The crowd doesn't really know who Vision is, but they're about to find out. Bron comes out aggressive. Of course he does. That's his whole thing. Charging across the ring like a freight train, looking to end this quickly and add another notch to his belt. He throws Vision into the corner with that signature power that's obliterated so many opponents before. But here's what nobody expected. Vision doesn't stay down. He pops right back up, and the look in his eyes tells a completely different story than the one WWE had been writing for months. First exchange of strikes, and Vision is matching Bron blow for blow. The crowd starts buzzing. This wasn't supposed to happen. Bron throws that devastating clothesline that's flipped guys inside out. Vision ducks, hits the ropes, and delivers a dropkick that actually staggers the so-called unstoppable force. You could see the confusion on Bron's face. This wasn't the script. This wasn't how his matches go. The pace quickens. Vision starts showcasing exactly why he should have been on the main roster months ago. Chain wrestling that makes Bron look lost. Technical precision that exposes every gap in Breakker's game. Speed and agility that the powerhouse simply cannot match. Around the 5-minute mark of the match, Vision hits a tornado DDT that plants Bron hard. The kickout is there, barely, but the damage is done. The aura is crocking. The monster is vulnerable. Bron tries to mount a comeback. He catches Vision with that overhead belly-to-belly suplex that usually spells doom for his opponents. Bron crashes across the ring, and for a moment you think, okay, here comes the Bron we know. Here comes the dominance. Wrong. Vision rolls through, gets to his feet, and before Bron can even process what's happening, he's eating a super kick that echoes through the arena. The crowd is on their feet now. This isn't a squash match anymore. This is a fight. The finishing sequence was absolute poetry, folks. Bron goes for his signature spear, the move that's ended countless matches. Vision sidesteps at the last possible second. Bron hits the turnbuckle hard, stumbles backwards. Vision locks in a sleeper hold, and I'm not talking about just any sleeper hold. I'm talking about one applied with such technical perfection that you could see Bron's eyes rolling back in real time. Bron's fighting it, thrashing, trying to power out, but Vision has it locked. The strength is draining from Breakker's body. His arm drops once, twice. The referee checks, and before the third drop, Vision transitions seamlessly into a bridging German suplex that folds Bron in half. The pin. 1, 2, 3. The arena explodes. Vision just pinned the Intercontinental Champion clean in the middle of the ring. The shock on everyone's faces was absolutely priceless. Commentary is scrambling to make sense of what just happened. Michael Cole is trying to protect Bron's character, suggesting maybe he underestimated his opponent, maybe he had an off night. But here's what really happened, and this is where you need to pay attention. Vision didn't just beat Bron Breakker, he exposed him. He revealed that beneath all the muscles, all the intensity, all the famous last name, there's a performer who's been protected so heavily by booking that he doesn't actually know how to work a competitive match against someone on his level. Think about it. When was the last time Bron was in a match that went longer than 7 minutes where he didn't completely dominate? When was the last time he had to adapt in the ring? When was the last time he faced someone who could actually match his intensity and out-wrestle him? The answer is never, because WWE has been so focused on building him as an unstoppable monster that they forgot to actually build him as a complete wrestler. Vision just taught the entire WWE Universe, and more importantly taught WWE management a lesson that's been desperately needed. Protection doesn't equal preparation. Backstage after the match, reports are already surfacing about heated conversations. Is Bron furious? Absolutely. Is management scrambling to figure out damage control? You bet. Is Vision about to get punished for making their golden boy look mortal? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Here's where this story gets really interesting and why you need to stick around for every second of this. What happens now? Does WWE acknowledge that Vision just did the impossible? Do they give him the push he's clearly earned? Do they put him in the Intercontinental Championship picture immediately? Or do they do what WWE has done time and time again? Sweep it under the rug, come up with some excuse about Bron being distracted or injured, and quietly shuffle Vision back to catering while they rebuild their chosen one? I have a feeling this is going to create a massive rift behind the scenes. You don't obliterate someone WWE has invested that much TV time in without consequences. Either Vision just earned himself a rocket to the top of the card, or he just earned himself a one-way ticket back to NXT, or worse, to the unemployment line. As for Bron Breakker, this could be the best thing that ever happened to him, or it could be the beginning of the end of his main roster run. Sometimes a reality check is exactly what a performer needs to unlock that next level. Sometimes it completely derails the momentum beyond repair. The WWE Universe is divided right now. Half of you are probably cheering that someone finally knocked Bron down a peg. The other half are furious that WWE allowed their future star to look weak. And both sides have valid points. This is the kind of moment that changes trajectories. This is the kind of upset that creates stars or buries them. This is the kind of match that will be referenced for years to come, either as the night Vision arrived on the main roster in spectacular fashion, or as the night WWE made a colossal booking mistake. Let's zoom out for a second and talk about what this really means for WWE as a whole. Triple H has been in charge of creative for a while now, and he's been making bold moves. Some have paid off spectacularly, others not so much. This moment right here is going to be a defining test of his regime. Does he double down on the meritocracy approach? Does he reward Vision for going out there and stealing the show? Does he admit that maybe, just maybe, the main roster has been sleeping on incredible talent while force-feeding us predetermined narratives? Or does he protect the investment in Bron Breakker at all costs, even if it means burying someone who just proved they deserve to be at the top of the card? The wrestling business has always been about storytelling, but but it's also about adaptation. The best promotions recognize when lightning strikes unexpectedly and they run with it. They capitalize on organic moments that the audience connects with. This was one of those moments. Vision vs. Bron Breakker wasn't supposed to be a classic. It wasn't supposed to be competitive. It definitely wasn't supposed to end with Vision getting his hand raised. But it did. And now WWE has a choice to make. They can acknowledge that they have another incredible performer ready to take the main event scene by storm. They can create a legitimate rivalry between these two that could headline pay-per-views. They can give the WWE Universe something fresh, something unexpected, something real. Or they can ignore it and wonder why fans keep complaining about predictable booking and chosen ones being shoved down their throats. I know which path I'm hoping they take, and I have a feeling you do too. So here's what I want to know from you, the Russell Scope family. Was Vision obliterating Bron Breakker the best thing that could have happened to Monday Night Raw? Or was it a catastrophic booking decision that just damaged one of WWE's biggest rising stars? Do you think Vision deserves an immediate push to the main event scene? Should he get a title shot at the Intercontinental Championship? Or should Bron get his rematch to prove this was just a fluke? And the biggest question of all, is Bron Breakker actually as good as WWE has been telling us? Or did Vision just expose the truth that we've all been afraid to say out loud? I want to hear everything you're thinking. Drop your comments below. Tell me your hottest takes. Defend Bron. Champion Vision. Tell me I'm completely wrong about this whole situation. The comment section is your arena, so let your voice be heard. If this video got you as fired up as that match got me, smash that like button right now. And I mean smash it. Let's get this video trending so WWE knows the universe is paying attention to what happened. If you're not already subscribed to WrestleScope, what are you waiting for? We're breaking down the biggest stories in wrestling, giving you analysis you won't find anywhere else, and building a community of fans who aren't afraid to speak the truth about this business we love. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a moment of the action. Share this video with every wrestling fan you know. Send it to that friend who swears Bron Breakker is the next big thing. Send it to that person who's been sleeping on NXT talent. Send it to anyone who needs to understand that Monday Night Raw just changed forever. The wrestling landscape just shifted, folks. Vision just announced his arrival in the most spectacular way possible. And whether WWE wants to admit it or not, they've got a star on their hands. The question is, what are they going to do about it? I'm WrestleScope, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay passionate, stay loud, and never stop believing that anything can happen in that squared circle.